The X1 card is allegedly the smartest credit card ever made, and they just added a feature which I think is revolutionary in the world of credit card rewards, which is that you can buy stocks with your credit card points. And typically with a credit card, we're using this dangerous kind of device that helps us to just buy more stuff. It's like a consumerism accelerant. But in this way, instead of getting those rewards that just help you to buy even more stuff, now we can use the rewards from spending to invest, to look towards the future, and to be wise. It still promises a premium experience with 17 grams of stainless steel, great features, great rewards, no annual fee, allegedly a very small, if any, impact on your credit. There's a lot of good things about this. My favorite thing about using it so far, and it's been the better part of a year, has just been something as simple as virtual cards. The fact that if I'm signing up for a free trial, or if I'm making a one-time purchase on like a manufacturer's website itself, instead of somewhere else where I shop more often, I can just create a new card. It literally lets one transaction go through, cancels itself, then I never have to worry about it. I never have to worry about getting charged automatically or getting anything like renewed going into my account. It's amazing. And when I started to make this video for you today, I got on their website and I started looking at, hey, where are you guys talking about the whole stock picking feature? Because I wanted to do a little bit of it with you today. But in the process of doing that, I learned something borderline troubling about this new feature. The fact is, X1 is getting acquired by Robinhood. What? What is happening? So I clicked on this press release that's linked in the X1 card website to come and look at this on Robinhood's website and see what the heck is going on. The summary of the acquisition notice on their website is basically that Robinhood wants to provide more services to their customers, and the fact that X1 has such a compelling card means it's worth buying. Now, we don't know exactly what they're buying it for. All it says is the final merger consideration is to be approximately $95 million in cash, but who knows what other kind of stock options or other benefits are going to be factored in there that we don't know about. I'm just surprised that these two are joining forces. It says the acquisition is expected to close in Q3 of 2023, so before long, we may see some features roll out to Robinhood's cards that look a lot like X1's cards. All right, on to the rewards of the X1 card and stock picking through credit card rewards. Like, how wild and interesting of an idea is that? Let's go do it. So this is what it looks like whenever you very first open the app. Let's get in there and try and buy some stocks, see what happens. So right now I have 6,561 points. And immediately if I scroll down a little bit, one of the first options is buy stocks with points. We also have the option to pay off purchases that we've already made. So I click into that, you can go, hey, we can pay off something from Amazon, we can pay off something from other retailers, we can get cash back, of course, but the trade-in rate for that is less than it will be whenever we're paying off purchases. So let's see what we can do with buying stocks. I'll hit start investing, and immediately it gives us some of the biggest names out there, some of the most popular stocks, Meta and AT&T and Tesla and that kind of stuff. We can swipe through some categories here and see different options that we have if we want to pick something in particular in like a genre of stocks. And then weirdly, it gives you like the most popular stocks for the moment in that they're surging the most, and then also these stocks that are dropping the most, which seems almost totally irrelevant to me. Like, who cares? But for whatever reason, that's what they picked to do. Let's look at financial stocks just for the fun of it. So there's 250 plus to choose from, which is interesting. And it looks like all of these are individual stocks. I don't see anything in here that's like an ETF or something like that. Consumer stocks, healthcare stocks. Can I type in something like VTI? Oh yeah, it's there. So it's just a little bit harder to find something like that, but it's definitely there as an option. Out of my 6,561 points, we've only got $45 worth of buying power, which is interesting. So it's still not the best transfer rate, exchange rate for points, but I think that this is probably something that's more useful for us than just more stuff that we can go ahead and buy. Because the problem with me whenever I use credit card points, I don't know about you, I find a way to use that money less wisely than if I was using cash. Let's just say that. Because I almost treat it like, oh, well, it's sort of like free money. I can buy something a little more indulgent with it. I'm not as disciplined as I should be when it comes to like, let me get a gas gift card and then I will go spend the money on gas, which I would have spent anyway, or something like that, because it's not really saving me much money, unfortunately. If you're better at using credit card points wisely, then leave me a comment. I'm curious though, I'd like to dive a little bit deeper and see who is doing the investing with them, who's hosting this. It's got to be going through someone else, I would think. I assume they didn't start their own investing company just to offer this one service. So we click into the Help Center, see what we can find out here. And it's really just telling us about X1's wealth advisory service, which sounds like they're trying to make an advisory fee on us. Okay, so if we get into agreements and disclosures, I see something else here. There's X1 Wealth and there's Drive Wealth. So maybe they're going through a company called Drive Wealth to make this happen. It's interesting. It looks like they probably are for now, but I'm sure all that's going to change. It's going to change. It's probably changing as we speak and getting transferred over into Robinhood now. I'll bet if anything, I start doing this now in the next 60 days, I'd probably get an email that said, hey, Robinhood is now taking over your account. All your funds will be hosted by Robinhood and transfer there and yada, 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 which is weird. Why is it so weird to me? But it feels weird. Well, I'm not going to do that because all it's going to do is put that money into Robinhood. And I want that account to be totally separate. I don't need another investment account personally because I already have too many for making videos. So I don't need that. Instead, I'll redeem some points to pay off some Amazon purchases. Let's do that now. All right, this is the biggest one, simplest single one. I'm gonna pay off this with a statement credit of $43.22 in exchange for almost all my points. Boom, done. It's very easy. I like that it's so easy within the app. It makes it super simple. If you're unfamiliar with the X1 card and you want to see a couple more features, something else it does that's kind of interesting, that every week you get an opportunity to boost the card in a new way, and they really want it to become like your everyday card. For me, I'm using it more as like a business card, so there's only expenses from time to time that are business related that go on here. But because of these boosts and because of the compelling points features, I am tempted to use it as an everyday card and use a different one for business. So for example, right now, the next time I pay with my phone, if I have it loaded into like Apple Pay, I could 3x my points. They want you to use it for restaurants, for gas, for Uber. Those are pretty standard bonuses. And most of the time, these don't change all that much. It's a typical kind of category like this. And I'm glad because I don't want it to be something like outlandish, like the next time you get your hair dyed, get 10x the points. It's like, well, for some of us that matters, for others of us it doesn't. I'm clearly turning gray, right? You can see that. But one thing I have used several times is this bottom one, which is earn X number bonus points on your next big purchase. So right now it's earning 100 more points on your next purchase of $100 or more, but it's also been bigger amounts in the past. So over 250, you get a big bonus. Over $500, you get a big bonus. So I've done that in the past, and all you do is click on that and then you slide to activate it, but it's only valid for a limited amount of hours. So it's either 24 or 48 hours in my experience, which means you basically need to know that that purchase is for sure happening. You have it planned out. You're gonna do it right away. I shouldn't just activate this now and then hope I'll spend $100. I will spend $100 if you tempt me, but that's kind of how all these work. Valid once for 24 hours. So it's not something that's necessarily easy to set and forget, which is one thing I don't like about this. It's like they want you to keep frequenting the app, which is a little bit annoying. It's a little bit time consuming. I don't think that's necessary. Why don't we just have these things rolling? Like, let me select one as the default. Give me the bonus all the time until I deselect it and it goes otherwise. That would be better. This is interesting though. I'm curious to see what the future of this card looks like now that it's acquired by Robinhood. I wonder if it'll even be its own product anymore. Because I could see Robinhood wanting to consolidate the brands and say, hey, we are Robinhood. We're not trying to sponsor your brand. We want to strengthen our own. So I could see them just circling in all the X1 customers, bringing them into Robinhood and just giving us a new version of this card with the little Robinhood logo on it instead of this one. I'll bet that's what happens. Let's see. Come back in 3 to 5 months, make another video. We'll see how it turns out. Wow. To see my full initial review, unboxing, and use of this card when I first got it, click right here. Oh, also, if you're interested in car reviews, in driving, and that kind of stuff that's just fun, automotive, lighthearted, I started another channel. So if you want to check that out, click over here. Thanks. See ya. Bye.